Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So how do you usually practice to playing a keyboard?
I usually practice with my teacher in my home.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to the podcast MTsB
Kita ini cakep.
Today we are going to try to answer the question, is tech life really useful?
Before we begin, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Syafiq from 8.3.
And my name is Rakasatrya Syafiq Aryan. I'm also from 8.3 and my absent number is 28. So before we actually begin, I would like to hear about your opinion on tech life.
Well, from my opinion, I think that tech life is really useful for us.
Oh, and why exactly do you think that?
Because nowadays technology is so much important for humans because we have to live a long and happy life or smooth life. That's why technology is important and very useful for us. Right now, this era has been called the digital era. Digital era is the 21st century shift from industrial revolution to a new economic domination of information technology. Digital era has simplified life in every aspect, from keeping people connected to storing data, making information available, and enhancing security of data end-to-end encryption. Technology is what has made this all possible, and its value and reach expand with each passing day.
Oh, and do you perhaps have any other reason other than that?
I have three actually. The reason why technology is good because it can save life. It can save lives by improving medicine. It can keep us connected, and I have three actually. Three specific reasons why technology is good is that it saves lives by improving medicine. It can keeps us connected, and it can provide education and entertainment. Nowadays, I have three specific reasons why technology is good is that it saves lives by improving medicine, it can keep us connected to each other, and it can provide education and entertainment. For this era, many of lives are saved by technology. Technology has improved from one time to another, and maybe because of the digital era, maybe three actually. Three specific reasons why technology is good is that it saves lives by improving medicine, it can keep us connected to each other, and it can provide education and entertainment. Right now, when it comes to healthcare, new development of technology can be translated into hundreds or even thousands of lives can be saved. And now more than ever, we realize how important technology for us even when pandemic because it can keep us connected. And even when the pandemic, many of our students are studying online at home. That's why we need technology such as internet to help them. That's all from my opinion. I would like to hear your opinion, Raka.
Oh, well, for me, I think it's more negative rather than positive.
Oh, interesting. Why do you think like that?
Well, there are four trends right now that contribute to this. It basically starts with social media. The problem is, social media doesn't show us the full picture. Whenever we scroll through social media, we look at how good other people are, how good they look, how good they are or something, how good of a holiday they have, or just how good they are in general. No one wants to share the things that they're embarrassed about. In fact, humans are actually wired to seek social validation and status. And because of this, no one will want to share the things that they're embarrassed about because, well, it's embarrassing. This means that most of the content that you see on social media is just a highlight of the real thing. You can never actually see the full picture itself.
Oh, okay. Are you done? Okay, do you have any other reason?
Yes, actually, it's called isolation.
Oh, isolation. I think I heard that before. Can you explain?
Uh, well, as technology progresses, we need less help from other people. We don't need to struggle as much. We don't even need to work as much anymore because we have the help of technology. Uh, this combined with the desire to bring other people down can create a sense of isolation. Basically, we isolation. Now, now, don't get me wrong. The current tech is absolutely incredible,
Of course. Yeah.
and past generations would be in awe at what we could do. But that's the problem, you know.
Oh.
We're not in awe. We've normalized the excessive use of technology, and this means that we can easily get hooked to, like if technology gets too advanced, for example,
Yeah.
and it will replace our jobs, we'll feel normal about it because we've normalized it basically. And also, every time a new generation of kids is born, that is another generation of kids that's going to take granted for all of the tech that they have access to, and just ask what's next. The thing is, while the capabilities of tech is evolving at a rapid rate, the capabilities of a human is staying stagnant. It's basically not moving, and so we're going to be left behind. Tech will not make other people feel smarter or better. In fact, they will make them worse. Take WhatsApp for example. A few months ago, they released the ability to speed up voice notes
Yeah.
by 2 times speed, and yeah, you might think that's great. Now we can get more work done.
Yeah, of course.
But the problem is, once you actually get used to using that feature, and you don't think about it, and then you also like talk to the person itself face to face, you'll basically like feel tired. You'll basically fall asleep.
Oh, for sleep.
Now, the problem is, if you combine all of these four things that I just talked about, I think it will create chaos because you've probably heard of cancel culture. Have you heard of cancel culture?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Where cancel culture is basically like where people online cancel other people who are considered famous because they did something wrong. And if you really think about it, that is basically just a combination of all of these four things. Every time you log onto social media, you'll see a trending topic that two types of people actually are going to be talking about. And it's basically like, and it's not like an argument where it's not like your typical argument where just there's two parties talking to each other non-stop.
Yeah.
It's basically it's another thing. It's another thing where they just have a little argument, and when they actually want physical harm to come to the other person. And so also it's not like anyone will actually win in one of these cases,
Yeah.
because no one can win in a case where neither will actually consider the other person's viewpoint. So yeah, I think that's all of it.
Okay, now let's make a conclusion after we discuss about the topic. What can you conclude from what have we discussed, Raka?
I actually think that tech will make us worse because we humans are going to be left behind, while the capabilities of tech is going to be evolving rapidly. And so what about you?
Well, from my opinion, I think that tech life is both really useful and worse for us. It depends on the user. If we use tech life in a good way, we can get a good positive impact from it. But otherwise, when we use it in a wrong way, we can get negative impact from it. Okay, that's all from us.
That's all for today. Thank you for listening and watching. Sorry if we made a mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.